All right, I want to thank y'all for coming back to this presentation. We're going to be breaking down the business aspect and the startup of your business. Okay, now we talked about in the previous video about the E quadrant, um, the S, the B, and the I quadrant, and the importance of understanding the process and being committed to the process. So we're going to talk about the actual investment part. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about investment startup for your business. And we talked about that the best startup for your business, the best investment startup should be $1,000. Okay. And if you can't get to 1,000, save it up. Save it up because we're going to show you a strategy that you can actually do. Okay, and have control of. So everybody can save up at least $1,000 to start their business. Then we're going to talk about a $5,000 startup. If you start with $5,000, we're going to show you a strategy on how to do a $5,000 startup and what it would do in a 3-year term. We're going to do all of them for like 3 years, okay? And then last but not least, the $10,000 startup, okay? And we're going to break it down. We're going to show you the compounding mechanism. We're going to show you how this stuff works, okay? And we have all the accounts that you need to actually do this and make this a reality for you, okay? So, the first one is a $1,000 investment for your business, okay? And we're going to do this for a 3-year term, all right? So if you're young, if you're like 18 years old, this right here will be a great strategy for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and put $1,000 in investments. You're putting your $1,000 in your investments and you're letting it grow. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so we're gonna go with a $1,000 investment at 3.5%. That's about the percentage that we're making from this account, the starter account that we start all of our people that want to do their business, and it's a weekly strategy. So you're going to get 3.5% profit every week. Okay, and we're going to do it for. Let's do it for your first year. Um, so what you need to understand is every time when you start your investment, you want to go for a whole year. Okay, so I want to show you what if you start with 1,000, what it's going to look like. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to go ahead and compound that, and we're talking about $5,000. So if you didn't have $5,000 and you didn't want to start with $5,000, you want to start with 1,000 to get to 5. Because remember, we're going to help you get to 1,000, and then we're going to get you to 5, and then we're going to get you to 10. You can start with 1,000, and in a year's time, 1 year, you will make $5,000. Okay, you'll make $5,000. Okay, so this is awesome. Okay, but we're not gonna do a year. We're gonna do the full 3 years. Okay. All right. So the full 3 years. This is what that look. This is what this will look like. So you have a $214,138 profit and 41 cents. So what you made was really you made 213 138. I think I said that already. So the total profit altogether is 214. All right, so let's look at that. Okay. So with that first year of investment, we saw what that looked like. So we went the whole 3 years, and you actually got a profit of 214,138.41 of profit. So like we talked about, you want to look at your startup capital, and your startup capital could be anywhere from 25 to $50,000 to $100,000. Okay, so those are going to be the startup. Most business that you start, you're going to need a $25,000 startup, or a $50,000 startup, or a $100,000 startup. So we're going to do a $50,000 startup. Okay, and that is going to be your startup capital, because after 3 years of investing, of compounding $1,000 at 3.5% every week for 3 years, that's your profit. Now we have the startup cost. So we're going to take $50,000 to start up the business, and that's going to leave us with $164,138.41. And that is our sustainable capital. All right. So what we're going to do is take this sustainable capital and come up with our working capital. Okay. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so our sustainable capital was it was 164,138.41. All right, so that's what our sustainable capital was, and we are going to put that into this account at 3.5%. We're not going to go a year because we want to know what our working capital is going to look like. So we're going to do that for 1 month to find out what our working capital. So we're going to invest that for just 1 month to get the number of our working capital. And everything is going weekly compounded. So let's go ahead and see that number. Wow, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. So we made 190,524.90. Now look, check this out. But this is our working capital right here. $26,000 is our working capital. So now we know what our working capital is. $26,386.49. Okay. Now let's move on to, if we were to do a $5,000 startup for our business. Let's do that. We're going to do a $5,000 startup for our business, and we're going to do $5,000 for a 3-year term. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to do a $5,000 investment at 3.5%. It's going to be weekly. We're going to change this to 0 because we want to do a 3-year term. Let me go back. So 3-year term. Let's see. Let me show you what it looks like if you started $5,000 investment for a whole year. So let's look at that. It's compounding weekly. Okay. So let's look at that number real quick. So bam, you're gonna make $29,913.57. Okay, that's incredible. Okay, so if you start with a $5,000 investment for your first year, that's what it's going to look like. Okay, but we're not going to go for 1 year. We're going to do 3-year term and see what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to pump that up to 3 years, and let's look at the numbers. $5,000 investment at 3.5% weekly for 3 years, compounding weekly. All right, at 3.5%. Oh my God, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. A whopping $1 million. And let's go a little further. Let's break this down a little bit. So your first year, as you know, you're gonna make 29,930 $13 and 57 cents, and then you're gonna start off the new year, which is with 34,000. Okay, and then you're gonna do that for a full year. Look at that. That's $100,000 your next year. Okay, well you're gonna be in the 100,000. I think this is it's 12, 11, 10, and the 10, 9. In the ninth month, you're gonna be at 11 at $100,000. That's incredible, ladies and gentlemen. So when we say investments, now this is the kind of money that you're gonna be seeing during this time. So you're not gonna be living paycheck to paycheck. This is if you don't touch none of this money. You might have to touch some of this money, but just know when you put that $5,000 in your second year, it's going to be your freedom year. You know, this is just a strategy if you don't touch anything for 3 years. Okay, not saying that you don't have to, you don't have to, but we just saying, okay, it's for your business. Now look, check this out. For the end of the new year, you're going to start off with $100,000 in the high hundreds, and then it's going to $200,000 your first month of profit, the second month in the third year, and then look, I mean you're free, you're free, you're free, and then you just finish that year out, and you win $1 million. Okay, so you're gonna be straight. You make a $5,000 investment in your business one time, you put into this account, and we'll show you the account that we're talking about, and you're gonna be set. Look at that. That's $1 million, ladies and gentlemen. That's $1 million. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're gonna subtract. We're still gonna subtract 50,000. Okay. We're not gonna do 100 because we can. We're gonna subtract just 50,000. Okay. So look, let's do that real quick. So we saw what a year is gonna look like, and now we we did our 3-year investment. We got $1 million. Okay, we're not going to take $100,000 from this, even though we can, but we're going to shoot. We're still going to go with $50,000. Okay, and then once we do that, let's do the math. That's our starting capital, 50,000. What we want to see is our sustainable capital. That's just going to give us our sustainable capital. Okay, so we still have $1 million. This is sustainable capital, ladies and gentlemen. This is capital that's going to be working for us. Okay, capital that's going to be working for us. So we're going to put that into investment and see what that does. Let's put this $1 million into investment. 1,020,692.04. Let's put that into investments and see what our working capital looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do that. That was incredible, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, a whopping $1 million. Look at this. This is just incredible. How are you gonna feel with $1 million? Don't go buy no house yet. You do your setup, okay? Because you want to build your business, and then after you for your business. Oh man, you're gonna it's gonna be amazing. So we want to find out what the working capital is gonna look like. So we got $1 million working for us. So let's go ahead and put 1,020,692.04. Okay, it's going to be investing. We're not going to do it for a year because that would be crazy. I should do it for 3 years and show you what that looks like. Nah, we're not gonna do that, right? But you know it's gonna be crazy. So we're gonna do it for 1 month because we want to find out what our working capital gonna look like. So we got 1 mil at 3.5%, and 1 month is compounding weekly for 1 month. Let's see what that number looks like. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do y'all see that, ladies and gentlemen? Do y'all see that? Do y'all see those numbers? That's 1,184,775.99. So we have a $100,000 working capital. So let's check this out, guys. Okay, guys, check this out, y'all. Check this out. We got a whopping $100,000 working capital. $164,083.95. Guys, this is our working capital, guys. So we don't have to take all of this money and spend it. We could just take from this and use what we need and keep the rest into investments. But you know that you have a $164,000 and $83, $164,083.95 working capital. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not worried about money coming in. You're more focused now on building the business for your seasons, because in your summer, your winter, your fall, your spring, your ups, your down, the drought, the economy changing, you want to know how to make your business profitable in each season. And if you have this type of working capital that's coming in every month, guess what? You don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about um, trying to get the sale because you have the working capital. All now your focus is building your brand and scaling your business up to millions of dollars a month. All because you took the time, you put that $5,000 out. You did it for you compounded that 5,000 for 3 years. You got that meal, and you didn't go crazy and go buy $1 million mansion or buy $1 million car. No, you set your business up for success. You got your startup capital, you got your sustainable capital, and you got your working capital, and that's coming in consistently every month. Now you can scale your business and live out your life without having to worry about and be stressed out and worrying about your doors closing. Like so many doors closed during this pandemic. So many doors closed. Our organization was standing because we positioned ourselves the right way. And that's why we're able to share with you these strategies because we know they work. Okay, so now let's look at the $1 million. No, not the $1 million setup. I'm going too far. Let's look at the $10,000 um, setup. We're gonna look at the $10,000 setup, You invest in $10,000 into your business, and we're going to do this for a 3-year term, but I am going to show you what it's going to look like for a year if you start with a $10,000 investment for 1 year. So let's look at that real quick. All right, so we're going to do a $10,000 investment, and we're going to do it at 3.5% weekly, and we're going to do that for 1 year just to show you what that looks like. This is really awesome to show you what it looks like. Oh my God, that is that is $59,000 and $59,827.13. Wow, that's incredible. So you're gonna be straight. Trust me, you're gonna be straight. Keep working your job, keep making that happen, and just let your account just gravitate and just build. Now we're gonna do a 3-year term. Let's do the 3-year term and see what that looks like. So that's 1 year. Let's bump it up. 2 more years. Here we go. Weekly compound at 3.5%. Okay, it's compounding. Let's see what that looks like. No contributions. Oh my God, $2 million. $2,141,384.07. Ladies and gentlemen, can you say you are straight for life? You're straight for life. We're going to show you how to get to this level with the $5,000 investment. We can even show you how to do it with the $1,000 investment too. But the $5,000 investment is going to be awesome. So let's look at that real quick. I mean, this is incredible. This is so incredible, ladies. I hope you're happy and excited because we got a $2 million profit. Okay, so with this type of profit, we can go ahead and take out $100,000. Okay, we can actually take out $100,000. Okay, and this is our startup capital. $100,000 startup capital. You'll be able to purchase what you need, buy what you need at ease. I mean, you'll be able to take care of something, and you probably have something left over. Okay, so what we're gonna have left over is we still got $2 million. $2 million, $41,384.07, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, with a $10,000 investment, that's $5,000 in like probably what? Probably 4 months, and then another $5,000 another 4 months. That's still in 1 year. So in 1 year, you can save up and compound $10,000. You can save up your $10,000 and start compounding. And this is what you got for the next 3 years. If you don't put nothing else in the investment, you just put a whopping $10,000 in there and let that bad boy grow for 3 years. You'll be able to take out $100,000 to start your business, get everything you need, and probably still have something left over. Okay? But you still got $2 million. Now, it's going to be very tempted to go buy something very lavish, but I'm going to challenge you to take this $2 million and put it to work for you. Let's see what it looks like to put the $2 million, $41,384.07 to work for you. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay, now mind you, in this account that we're gonna share with you, you're gonna have access to all of your money. Okay, you're gonna be able to take, if you need the $2 million, you'll be able to take that whole $2 million out the account. Now, but if you take it out the account, it is going to affect your weekly earnings. So let's see what it looks like in the account. All right, let's check this out. Okay, let's see what this looks like. So we got 2,041,000, 41,384.07, and we're gonna do this for 1 month. Gonna do this for 1 month at 3.5% weekly. Okay, so it's compounded. Let's do this. My Lord, ladies and gentlemen, 2,369,551.96. But your working capital, look at your working capital. Your working capital, look at this. You have a working capital of $328,167.89. Ladies and gentlemen, what type of stress would you be in with a working capital of over $300,000? I think not. None. You will be in no type of stress because you got, if you don't make no money, you've already made a $300,000 salary. Some people make this a year. You will make this a month because you got $2,000 working for you. Just with your monthly profits, you will increase that $2,000 in just a few months. At the same time, you'll be able to scale your business in such a way and do things that most startup businesses can't do because they do not start their business out the right way. I hope that you learned from this, and I hope that you can see how this strategy will really help you out. Um, so, like I was saying, from the E quadrant, you know, we want from the E, S, B, and I, we want to work our jobs and we want to be investors. Invest your $1,000 or invest your $5,000 or your $10,000 if you can. And we just showed you the compounding numbers. Now, we are not financial advisors, but we are financial educators. And this may or may not happen for you because, investing is very risky. But this is a possibility of something that could really, really change your life. Okay? And just by getting involved with this to catapult your income to the next level, you're definitely going to share this with people. And I want to show you what that looks like. We want to help. We want to help over 1,000 people. So it's going to require, you coming in, putting this process to work for you, and by you doing that, it's going to show others, and they're going to do the same thing. Let's say it was 4 people: your mom, dad, sister, brother, or your 2 cousins and your brother and your sister. Okay, they saw you do it. They're like, oh man, I want to do the same thing. So boom, they start their process, and then they know 4 people. Now guess how many people that is? That's 16 new members involved in our club, in our campaign, that's getting themselves in order, and their money is increasing, and they invite just 4 people. Look how many members that is. So 16 people invite 4, that's 64 members. Okay, that's doing the same process, investing 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000, or we're starting at $1,000, helping them get to 10, because that's what we're gonna do. because those are the threshold goals. Okay? And now those 64 do it, and they show just 4 of their family members. That's 256 members in the community that is on the right track of getting their income where they need to go. Now, remember, we want to help 1,000 families a month do this, and it starts with you. We need your help doing this. So that 256 members, they get their stuff going, and then they talk to 4 of their friends or family members. And now we got over 1,000 people, 1,024, getting their finances straight, doing this strategy, and doing a good job. So, this strategy is something that everybody can do. And we want to encourage you to go ahead and get back with the person that shared this opportunity with you. Get their links so that you can go ahead and start your investments, so you can start your business and get your income to the next level. Also take your business and scale it to the next level. Even if you have an existing business, this can work for you. Okay? It'll be easy for you to get to that $10,000 in a matter of months. Okay? So let's I hope to see you at our next event, and hope to see you as one of our members, and let's go ahead and do this.